JJ the CPA here. Hope you're doing well. So the Employee Retention Tax Credit, the ERTC, is mind-boggling in terms of how much money can actually go back into your pocket as an employer. Now, at the end of this, I'm going to tell you about a seminar that you can get immediate access to, but the answer to the question that you're wanting to know in terms of why you tuned into this video is, well, how long do you have to actually get this tax credit? Well, here's the thing I want you to know. It's money in your pocket. So when you hear tax credit, you think, well, I'm just getting a reduction in my taxes. Well, the way this is going to work for you, because you're going to be able to go back and get this tax credit, it is literally going to be money back into your pocket, or your business's pocket, if you will. You're going to get this money back. So why haven't I given you the answer yet? Because I really want you to know that you have plenty of time and you need to get this money. It's not complicated. It's easy. It's an easy calculation. It may sound complicated, but it isn't. So guess what? You have plenty of time. You have plenty of time. You have 3 years from the date that the original Form 941 is due. Well, what? Well, good news. The Form 941 is something that's filed every quarter, and it's always due at the end of the month following the quarter. Wait, what? I follow you. So in the body of this video, I'm going to write this down, but first quarter is due April 30th. Second quarter's due July 30th. Third quarter's due October 31st. And fourth quarter's due January 31st. See, it's the end of the month following the quarter. They're always calendar quarter. So as an example, if you know that you're going to get an employee retention tax credit back to second quarter 2020. Well, in second quarter, that's April, May, and June. And that Form 941 would have needed to have been filed by July 31st of 2020, which you would have already filed, because if you're an employer, you already filed Form 941. So then you have 3 years from July 31st, 2020 to 21 to 22 to 23. So you'd have till July 31st, 2023 to go back and get this money, as in money back to you. Just one more example, if you were able to go back and see that you got it in first quarter 2021. Well, in first quarter 2021, that's January, February, and March of 21. That Form 941 would be due April 30th of 21. So then you'd have till 22, 23, 24. So you'd have till April 30th, 2024. So you have time. This isn't something that runs out. It did end early, September 30 of 2021. But the thing to note is that the Employee Retention Tax Credit out of the CARES Act that came into play back March 27th of 2020 was only for 2020, the year 2020. And it was only for those that did not get the Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP. Then the Consolidated Appropriations Act that passed at the end of 2020 and then became law on December 27th of 2020 said, you know what, we're going to let you have the Employee Retention Tax Credit even if you got PPP. So then they extended it, and then it got extended again to where the Employee Retention Tax Credit you can take also in 2021. Now, they originally, out of the American Rescue Act, said we could get it till 12/31 of 2021. Then the Infrastructure Act that passed mid-November and became law mid-November, I should say, said, nope, it's going to end September 30 of 2021. But you still can go back and get it by just filing a Form 941X, and you have plenty of time. So I promised you I'd tell you about this seminar, so I'm going to give you a link to it. And it's an A to Z seminar that you can get instant access to, that as a CPA with 29 years of experience, I have put together. And it has worksheets and examples and Excel spreadsheets on how to determine drop in gross receipts, the head count, how to calculate the actual credit, how to maximize it with the ERTC, as well as maximizing your PPP loan forgiveness. So it may sound that it's daunting, and it's not, because guess what? If you were going to get, and it can happen pretty easy, $10,000 back in this tax credit, how much time would you actually spend to get 10 grand back? How much money do you make in a day, in an hour, in a week, in a month? Okay, and I mean you the employer. How much do you make? How much time would you spend to get 20 grand back, 50 grand back, 100 grand back? I'll just say this: you don't need to pay somebody a percentage of your credit to have them go get this for you. You can take my seminar, at least get yourself a running start. You can file a Form 941X and get this money back yourself. If you can have somebody that helps you and they charge you for the service as in their time, it's going to be well worth it, I would hope. But you really should shy away from somebody that's going to charge you a percentage, unless it's like 1% or something. So you have plenty of time. Go get the employee retention tax credit, all right? Go and get it. If you're an employer, how did you not already get it? You surely, probably, most likely qualify. Many different ways to do it. All right, hey, thanks for tuning in. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. Have a great one.